Hello everybody, this is Professor B.K. Naule from Bhivrabai Sawant College of Engineering and Research, Nare, Pune, and today we will be seeing the assignment on 6T SRAM layout. In this assignment we will draw a layout of 6T SRAM in microWIN and we will simulate the write and read cycle. So the structure of 6T SRAM shows that it has 4 N MOSFET and 2 P MOSFET. Total we have 6 MOSFET. That's why it is called as 6T SRAM. 6T means 6 transistor structure. Now let us discuss the working of 6T SRAM. So to write 1 into the memory, we have to make word line, that is WL line, to active high. So when WL line is high, the MOSFET M5 and M6 becomes on. Now force bit line to 1 and bit bar to 0. Now the voltage at Q, that is VQ, is 1 and voltage at Q bar, that is VQ bar, is 0. So due to which M3 is in off state and M1 is in on state. And finally VQ bar discharges to 0 through M1 and VQ remains constant, that is high voltage. Suppose I want to write 0 into this SRAM memory. In this case, again make WL 1, due to which M5 and M6 becomes on. Now force bit line to 0 and bit line bar to 1. The voltage at Q is low and voltage at VQ bar will be high. As VQ bar is high, M3 becomes on. Also, as VQ is low, M1 is off. And finally, VQ discharges to 0 through M3 and VQ bar remains 1. To read the data from memory, first we have to charge bit line and bit line bar to VDD. Then we have to activate WL line. Since VQ is 1 and VQ bar is 0, M1 will be on and M3 will be off. And we can read 1 at Q pin. Now we can see that N MOSFET M1, M3, M5 and M6, they are connected in series. So while drawing the layout of SRAM in microWIN, we can generate back to back 4 N MOSFET. Similarly, there are 2 P MOSFET connected to each other. So while drawing a layout of SRAM, we will generate 2 back to back P MOSFET also. Now I already generated 2 P MOSFET and 4 N MOSFET. Okay, in this will be acting as a M5, this N MOSFET will act as a M1, this N MOSFET will act as a M3 and this is the M6. This P MOSFET is M2 and this is M4. Now we have to short the gate of M5 and M6 to WL line. Okay. Now we have to connect ground to the 2 terminals of M1 and M2. So we will take one common terminal and we will apply the ground to this common terminal. Okay, so just go to palette, click on VSS or ground and place it at the common point of M1 and M3. Similarly, we will connect VDD to common terminal of M2 and M. So this is the common terminal of M2 and M4 that we will stretch it to outside the P MOSFET body, and then we will apply VDD supply. Now we have to short the gate of M1 and M2 as well as M3 and M4. Okay, this is the M1 and this is the M3. This is M2 and this is M4. So we have to short M2 and M1, M3 and M4. Okay. Now we have to connect one terminal of M2 to M1 and other terminal of M4 to M3. Okay, now this will act as Q bar and this will act as a Q. Now we have to connect this Q to gate of the opposite pair of MOSFET, that is M1 and M2. So we have to connect this Q point to this gate and this Q bar to this gate. Now I have connected this Q bar to this gate at this point, and at the crossing of metal 1 and polysilicon we have to place a polysilicon to metal 1 contact. Similarly here also we have to place a metal to polysilicon contact to short the metal 1 and polysilicon. Now we have to place Q and Q bar. Okay, go to palette, click on visible node. Here this is the Q pin that we have to observe. Click on assign and this is Q bar. Now to write 1 into SRAM we have to connect VDD to bit and VSS to bit bar. Also we have to provide VDD, that is active high, to WL line. If writing of 1 in this memory is successful, we will get 1 at Q and 0 at Q bar. Let us simulate the design and you can see that Q is 1 and Q bar is 0, means writing a 1 is successful. Suppose I want to write a 0 to SRAM. Let us see how we can do that. So to write 0 into the memory we have to connect ground to bit and VDD to bit bar, and we have to make WL line active high. Let us see the result. Okay, now you can see Q is 0 and Q bar is 1, means we have written 0 successfully.